Okay. Hi everyone. Okay. Now we can start with the vCenter features. Snapshot first. We'll try to understand the snapshot definition. So snapshot is nothing but it enables us to preserve the state of virtual machine so that we can repeatedly return to the same state. So normally the snapshot like a snap only, it's reserved the virtual machine state, and we can also repeatedly return to the same state. And the main use case for the snapshot is while we are updating the patches, recommendation is need to take a snapshot of virtual machine. So patches means we have a different types of patches like our virtual machine architecture. What is the main components we observed is virtual hardware. So there is a some hardware related patches like our virtual hardware patches means it's nothing but our VMware tool latest version of VMware tools and guest OS. Let's say if you have operating systems Windows, Linux, Solaris. For Windows operating system, Microsoft every month second Tuesday they release the patches. That is a standard date from Microsoft. So those patches also we need to apply for the virtual machines. And similarly Red Hat Linux, Red Hat also will release the patches, but there is no specific time, but usually Red Hat also releases monthly basis. Sometimes alternate months they will release the latest patches, and similarly to the other OS vendors. So all these patches also, if you are planning to apply to your virtual machine, before applying the patch, VMware recommendation is create a snapshot and then you can apply your latest patch. The purpose of this snapshot is, let's say after we apply the latest patch, there is a chances of application compatibility issues. Sometimes after we install the latest patch and our VM may not boot up successfully. Normally, when we do the patches, it require a restart. Just now we observed when we install the VMware tools at the end of when we click the finish button, it's prompt to restart the Windows operating system. Same way, our Windows patches also, once we complete the patching, it will ask us to restart the virtual machine guest OS. Sometimes after restart, it may not come up or it's boot up with some unknown error messages or unexpected error messages, and sometimes application also have some compatibility issues. So during that scenario we have two options: either you can uninstall the latest patch and resolve the issue, or else the only option is if you have a snapshot you can just revert to the previous state to resolve the unexpected errors and any compatibility issues. That is the benefit of snapshot. Okay, and for instance, I given one example here: OS level patching. If you are trying to apply your OS level patch on Windows 19 OS or Windows 2022 OS, similarly to Red Hat flavor, it's not only the operating system. Even if you are trying to do any application patches, there are millions of applications. I just took one example is sample application is SQL. Microsoft SQL is a database application. For this database, if you are doing some patches on 27 version, 2017 version or 2019 version, before apply the latest patch, VMware recommend that better to create one snapshot. Okay, when we create a snapshot, even if there is any issues, you can easy to revert to the previous state. That is one benefit. And another benefit is, suppose if there are, after we apply the patch, there are no abnormality in our guest operating system, then you can just keep the snapshot for 2 to 3 days. After 3 days you can just remove that snapshot. Okay, the same point I highlighted here. If problem occur during the patching process, we can stop the process and revert to the previous state. And the snapshot icon is looks like a virtual machine icon. Within the virtual machine, you can see there is a time. So that means it's like a reserved state of virtual machine time. Okay, so now we'll quickly observe, log into our virtual machine, and we can see how to create a snapshot. So log into our vCenter server. Let's say we have a app VM01 and another virtual machine is app VM02. Suppose there is no VMware tools are installed state in the app VM2. We'll take the example of app VM2. Before installing the VMware tools, I'm planning to create a snapshot. So how we can create a snapshot is log into the virtual center server, right click the VM, and you can look for a snapshot option. So there is a snapshot option. So when you select the snapshot, you can see take snapshot, first option, and this is to create a snapshot. Once we create the snapshot, if you want to verify all your existing snapshot, you should go to a manage snapshot option. Even if you see the snapshot icon, inside the virtual machine, there is a clock symbol. Okay, and manage snapshot. And the revert snapshot option is showing as grayed out. Grayed out means currently there is no snapshot. That's why there is no revert option. Okay, revert is nothing but a previous state. And consolidate option also grayed out. I will explain you the importance of consolidate option. And finally, if there is any existing snapshot, not only one, if you have more than two snapshots, three snapshots, if you want to delete all snapshots at one click, you can choose the last option, delete all snapshots. So we'll observe all these five options one by one. Now, the only observation I'm going to do is before installing the VMware tools, I'm creating a snapshot. So right click the virtual machine, go to the snapshot, take snapshot. Not only VMware tools, any type of test you can do with the snapshot mechanism. So I just description is present time. Okay, it is showing the Singapore time. Now the snapshot name, you can keep any of the name. Let's say I mention the name as snap1. That means snapshot one. And for our easy understanding, you can write any description. Let's say I'm writing the description as before installing VMware tools. Okay, and this snapshot is not only for guest OS changes, entire virtual infrastructure changes, virtual machine architecture level changes. Virtual machine architecture means what is the main components? Virtual hardware, guest OS, applications. This is three are the main components, and also the data. Even if you before deleting any data also you can create one snapshot. Okay, so I'm just trying to observe with a VMware tool, and there is an option for include virtual machine memory. This option is whatever the memory we assign to the virtual machine, that memory also included in the snapshot size. This option either you can choose or you can uncheck. That's not an issue. Okay, and quasi guest file system, normally this option is currently grayed out. No, sometimes if you quasi is nothing but a when we are moving, we can also take a photo. Without moving, when you stand straight, you can take the photo. So the quasi state is nothing but a, at certain seconds, the virtual machine will be in a quasi. It's completely hold. Then you can take a snapshot. That is the option of quasi state. Sometimes if you there is a requirement from the applications, they require to state in a quasi state snapshot. So during that scenario, the virtual machine should be power up state, and also they given one condition is require VMware tools to enable this option. Okay, we'll observe this option in a app virtual machine 01. Okay, now present I'm just without checking these two options, just creating a snapshot. Okay, now before creating a snapshot also, we'll quickly observe what is the changes in our virtual machine files. Let me cancel this option, go to the data store and app virtual machine 2. In our app virtual machine 2, we'll quickly see what is the snapshot files available now, and after creation of snapshot, what will be the changes in our files. Okay, so here are the one. Let me see all the files one by one. We have a swap file, log file, NVRAM, VMDKC, VMSD file. VMSD file, we know it is a virtual machine snapshot database file. Currently, this size is 0 KB. Because there is no snapshot, that's why it is showing as 0 KB. And there is no snapshot disk file because no snapshots. After creation of snapshot, we'll observe the changes for VMSD, how much the size it increase, and we'll also verify what are all the additional files it will create. Okay, these two options we can observe. Let's leave it like this and go to the data store, go to the host and clusters view, select our test VM and go to the summary tab. No tools are installed. Now create a snapshot. Right click the VM, snapshot, take snapshot. While creating the snapshot, you can keep any of the name. Either you can use default name or you can customize the name. Let's say the name as snap1, and for our easy understanding, you can write anything here. Let's say before installing VMware tools. Okay. Now uncheck this memory option, click on create. When I click on create, you can verify from recent task or go to the monitor tab, task section, you can see. See currently what is the state? Create virtual machine snapshot completed. Even if you expand here, you will see some more additional details. See create virtual machine snapshots task is completed and created using administrator account, and our target VM is app VM02. Okay, so it's a task is completed here. Now let's log into our data store again. Data store, verify our app virtual machine 2 folder. Snapshot created, select the app virtual machine 02 now. When we select the app VM02, see what is the additional files created here. Earlier, our virtual machine snapshot database file .vmsd, the file size was 0 KB. If you see now, after creation of snapshot, the file size is increased to 0.45 KB because SD means it's a database file only. It maintains how many snapshots we have. Only the list only it maintains. So for the list maintenance, there is no much size. It's just 0.45 KB. It's increased. Okay. And another file. Normally, every virtual machine have disk file. How many disk you add, you may get the specific disk file. This virtual machine have virtual machine disk file. Even if you see here, the type is showing as virtual disk. But there is a additional virtual disk file is created. If you notice the first one, it's the same as virtual machine name, and there is a delta value. Delta value means any constant temporary numbers. So you can see the first snapshot 001 VMDK and virtual. This is showing as virtual disk, but technically we call this as a snapshot disk file or snapshot delta file. Okay, it is additionally created. This was not created earlier. And our every virtual machine have one virtual machine configuration file and virtual machine disk file. So what is importance of Vmx file? Can anyone tell me what is the importance of Vmx file? Vmx file is nothing but a virtual machine configuration file. It consists of virtual machine configuration details. Configuration details means how many CPUs we assign to that VM, how many disk we assign, CPU, memory, disk, NIC, all virtual hardware information you can find in a Vmx file. Similarly, when we create a virtual machine snapshot, our snapshot database file size, it will increase and it will create a snapshot configuration file. Snapshot file also it will create. That file extension is called it as .vmsn. And this file name is same as virtual machine name hyphen our snapshot. If it is a first snapshot, the name is showing as snapshot1.vmsn. This is a virtual machine snapshot file. Okay. Even the icon also, if you see the icon inside the virtual machine logo, you can see the clock symbol. Okay, this is the virtual machine snapshot file, and similarly we have a virtual machine disk file. Okay, now if you want to revert to your snapshot, if you want to really observe the snapshot importance, we'll try to install the VMware tools now. Okay, how we can install the VMware tools? Just right click the virtual machine, go to the guest OS, install VMware tools, click on mount. When I click on mount, automatically VMware Tools CD will be mounted in a guest OS level. Launch your virtual machine console and install the VMware Tools. So virtual machine is loading. Okay. Now, once it is completely loaded, we can just open our virtual machine CD drive. Let's try to open one folder. Select this PC. You can see our VMware Tools CD is mounted here. Okay, just open the CD and you can see a setup 64. So just double click, it will start the VMware Tools installation. Okay, and also inside the virtual machine, I'm also going to do some data level changes. Let's say right click, I'm creating a one temp folder also, or else temp folder. Inside the temp folder, we'll create some test files. Any file you can create. Let's say one test image. So test one, the file name is test one. Same way you can create multiple folders also you can create. Test two. I just mentioned the name as snapshot test 2. Okay, so two files are created just for not only two files, you can create a number of files also. And now installation also in progress. Click on install. Okay, VMware Tools installation is in progress. In the meantime, let me highlight one more important snapshot related point. Let's say if you want to verify the existing virtual machine snapshot, we already created one snapshot. To verify the existing snapshot, right click the virtual machine, go to the snapshots, and you can see the manage snapshot. When you click on manage snapshot, you can see manage snapshot wizard, snapshots wizard. So you can see you are here. You are here means we are under the snapshot one at present. Okay. And you can see the snapshot one. We already written the snapshot description before installing the VMware tools. And the currently snapshot size is took as a 10 GB size. Okay. And the snapshot when it is created, the timestamp also it is showing. This is the snapshot how we can verify where it is created. We verified the guest to data store level files. We verified the main snapshot files are .vmsn, delta.vmdk, which is a snapshot data file, and also snapshot database file. Database file is virtual machine name .vmst. Okay, mainly three files. Okay, now quickly observe the VMware tool status. It's completed. Now click on finish and restart. Suppose in the same real production server also, when after installing the VMware tools, there are some cases, not every time, some virtual machine after install the VMware tools, sometime it may not boot up because VMware tools means it's providing all device drivers. There is a chances of some drivers mismatch or there is some driver compatibility issues. While booting the OS itself, you may face some error messages. So during that scenario, we have two options. Either you can uninstall the VMware tools, log into the Windows operating system using the safe mode and uninstall the VMware tools and resolve. That is one method. And second method is if you have a snapshot, we can easy to revert the virtual machine to previous state. Okay. Before reverting the previous state, we'll see whether the VMware tools loaded successfully or not. Okay. Now I log into the virtual machine. Just click on refresh. It will automatically enhance our display drivers. It's taking time to load. if you want to see the installed or not, just go to the control panel, add or remove programs. I'm just typing the command appwich.cpl. When you type appwich.cpl, you will find all the installed programs. See, VMware Tools is installed. It is showing the today's state. Okay, so VMware Tools successfully installed on the virtual machines. And within, yeah, you can see VMware Tools icon here. In our taskbar, you can see the VMware Tools icon. And also what is the additional change we did is within our system, we created one temp folder. Inside the temp folder, we created a snapshot. Just for testing purpose, I created some test files where even you can create multiple files. You can create any temporary value you can type, just close. So some files also we created. Not only text, you can also create either zip files also you can create. Okay, totally 4 files I created. Now, if you want to really want to revert to the previous state, what will be the result? If I revert the snapshot to previous state, your VMware tools will be uninstalled and there will be no data in our virtual machine. But before do the test, I'll plan to create one more snapshot also. Just go to the snapshot, take snapshot, and you can choose either same name or you can put the name as a snapshot 2 or you can put snap 2. Okay, and after creation of snap 2, again you will put some comment here after installation of VMware tools. After installation of VMware tools. But normally in the real time, not for the VMware tools, they will do the snapshot for a before patching only. Okay, just for our lab testing, I choose the VMware tools. Click on create. When we click on create, go to the monitor task tab. You can see the snapshot creation is completed. Earlier we created first snapshot. Now I created a second snapshot. Even second snapshot, if you expand, see all the details are created successfully. To verify the files, go to the data store, the specific virtual machine data store, and select the virtual machine folder. Now we can going to notice what is the additional files are created after second snapshot. See, there are some more additional files are created now. Previously, we have snapshot file only snapshot1.vmsn. Whenever we create a second snapshot, see there is a second snapshot vmsn file. Okay, and also disk file. See the second snapshot disk file, and VMSD is still only one VMSD. One VMSD size is increased. Previously, it was 0.45 KB. Now the size is increased to 0.84 KB because VMSD is only just how many list snapshots. Let's say we have 2 snapshots, that list only it's maintained. That is the reason size is very minimal. And the even the VMSN file size, snapshot file size also minimal. The data is stored under the snapshot delta.vmdk file. Okay, and here another key point is whatever the changes we do now, all the new changes will be stored on a snapshot 2 only. Okay, now again, to verify this snapshot, second snapshot from graphical method, how we can verify is go to the virtual machine, right click snapshot, and you can choose manage snapshot. You can see currently 2 snapshots. Snap 1, it is created before installing VMware tools, and the second snapshot after installation of VMware tools. Okay, suppose after installation tools you are facing some connectivity issue or any of the issue in your guest OS. I want to revert to the previous state. So how we can revert is just right click the virtual machine, go to the snapshot, we can choose the revert to latest snapshot. But when I select a latest snapshot, revert to latest means it will choose only the snapshot 2 only. But if you want to go to the first snapshot, the only option is we always remember to choose manage snapshot wizard. Okay, so manage snapshot wizard means this is the wizard. So here you can just select the snapshot 1 and click on revert. Okay, when I click on revert using snap 1, what will be the our result? Can guess?
It will restore to its previous state
So
at which
previous,
snap. What was taken?
Yeah. So previous state means there will be no VMware tools when we revert to the snap one, because snap one state is before installing VMware tools. So when I click revert the snap one, there will be no VMware tools. We'll going to revert and observe the status. So click on revert. See, revert to the selected snapshot and suspend this virtual machine when revert to the snapshot. Suspend is nothing but a virtual machine will be automatically pause state and it will also power off. Okay, so normally we'll do revert snapshot in case of virtual machine guest OS level issues only. So good to do the revert option now. Click on revert. When we click on revert, you can observe from recent task or go to the monitor tab and select the task option. You can see revert snapshot is completed. So when the revert snapshot is completed, see the task execution, all the details you will find here. Virtual machine is automatically powered off. When you have a green color symbol, that means virtual machine is in power on state. If it is no green color means VM is in a power off. Either you can observe from the screen or else go to the summary tab. You can see currently virtual machine status is in a power off state. See the power on option is highlighted. That means VM is in a power off state. Okay. So when the VM is power off, and also if you see the VMware tools, currently no VMware tools. Okay. So just to power on and verify again. Log into the power on the virtual machine, and in our tab, just a refresh here, it will start loading. The result will be, there will be, even in the summary tab, it clearly says VMware tools not installed. So this revert option, we can perform multiple times, because as long as you have existing snapshots in our manage snapshot widget, two snapshots are available. See now after revert, it is showing that our current status is under snap one. You are here. So now the virtual machine is come up. Let's log in and verify. Okay. So once it is loaded, we'll verify from the programs and features. Let's type the command appwidget.cpl. So when we go to the control panel, programs and features, see there is no VMware tools from the add or remove program. We verified from the guest OS as well as from the summary tab. No VMware tools because we already reverted the snapshot. That is the benefit of snapshot. Suppose again, if you want to go back to your snapshot too, same method, right click the VM, snapshot, manage snapshot, and you can choose the option snap to and click on revert. When I click on revert to the snap to, what will be our end result? Our end result will be VMware tools will come, it will comes with a VMware tools. Even current state, if you go to our C drive, if you see C drive temp, there will be no folders also at present. See no temp folder here. Okay. Suppose if I revert to the snap to, if you observe that it will install VMware tools automatically based on our snapshot, and also you will see in our C drive there will be a temp folder. Okay, so now let me quickly revert to the snap to. So click on revert. Again, it will automatically pass the state and it will power off the virtual machine. So go to the monitor tab, tasks, you can see the virtual machine revert status. See, first revert is snap one. Now the second revert also completed. If you expand here, you will see the additional details. Okay, so revert snapshot, when it is started, when it is completed, the start time is 10:40 to 35 p.m. It's completed very fast. Within few seconds, it's completed. Okay, so VM state is in a power off state. Now, when we power on, See, already it is showing as VMware tool version is it is showing. Okay. Even if you click more information, currently it's not running because VM is in power off state, but VMware tools is in a installed state. Okay, let's power on. Power on, verify the task section. See, power on task is completed. So log into the virtual machine, refresh. Once it is loaded, our result will be VMware tools automatically installed, and also a temp folder will be in the C tray. Normally in the real-time scenario, this snapshot option will do every month before doing the monthly patching. All servers recommended to create a snapshot first and then apply the patches. These patches should be OS level patches or application level patches. Application means any application level patches. So let me log into the virtual machine. So any questions on the snapshot portion? Did you got the importance of snapshot? See, now when I log into the snapshot, just open a add or remove programs, or in the right side, in the taskbar also you will get the VMware tools icon here. So appwidget.cpl, see VMware tools is installed. And also, how about our data? Just testing purpose, I created some temporary files, but in the production environment, even the real application data also will be recovered. See, all the files are automatically coming through the second snapshot. Okay. And even if you want to delete the snapshot also, right click the virtual machine, go to the snapshot, and you can use the option to delete all. If I select delete all, it will delete all the snapshot. If you want to delete only one snapshot, again go to the manage snapshot options. Under manage snapshot, suppose I don't want to maintain a two snapshot, I need only one snapshot. During that scenario, select one snapshot and click on delete. So there are two options, either delete or delete all. And also there is an option for edit. If I click on edit, you can able to edit all your description section. Anything if you want to modify the description section, then you can just click on edit and modify the description and snapshot name. That is only the option in a edit button. But when I click on delete, this whatever the snapshot is selected, that snapshot will be deleted. Suppose if I select delete all means all the two snapshots will be deleted. Okay. So now I'm just trying to delete only one snapshot. Just click on delete, click on delete. So go to the monitor tab, task, and verify the status. See, remove snapshot option is in progress. It's a 0%. Normally snapshot removal creation will take very fast, but deletion based on the virtual machine data, it may take slightly longer time. Earlier, when you see the snapshot creation, it's just a fraction of seconds, but deletion usually it will take some time. Because why it is taking additional time during deletion is when you delete the snapshot, the entire snapshot to data file will be committed to our main virtual machine disk file. I repeat, snapshot to delta.vmdk disk file data will be merged to our main vmdk file. That is the reason deletion snapshot or remove snapshot will take slightly longer time. Okay, it's almost finishing 100% now. Again, go to the manage snapshot. See, still deletion is going on. Let me refresh. That means still deletion is in progress. Still in progress. Okay. So in the meantime, let's back to our slide. So we observe the four options: take snapshot, manage snapshot, revert option. delete all option also. Even if I click delete all, it will delete all. The consolidate option I will explain in the next slide. What is importance of consolidate? Normally the consolidate option we can do in case of if any old snapshots it's not deleted properly from our virtual machine level, that time only we'll use a consolidate option. It's most of the time to merge or segregate all your snapshot files, we need to use a consolidate option. Say now the remove snapshot status is completed. Now go to the manage snapshot and verify the status. Snapshot, manage snapshot. See, currently snapshot 1 is deleted, only we have snapshot 2. Okay, and the snapshot 2 size is showing as 11.63 GB. Whatever the changes you do now on the virtual machine level, all the data will be stored on snapshot 2 only. Okay, when you delete the snapshot 2, again snapshot 2 data will be committed to our main virtual machine disk file. Okay, let's back to our slide. So this is the example for our snapshot use case. Not only VMware tools, any OS level patching and application level updates, we can recommend to create a snapshot. Hope you understand the point. And if problem occurs during the patching process, we can stop the process and revert to the previous state. Revert the previous state is nothing but a revert snapshot to previous snapshot. Okay. So that's about the snapshot concept. Now we'll talk about another point, which is clone. So clone is nothing but it's a duplicate copy or exact copy of your virtual machine. The files of clone virtual machine, files of a clone machine is same as source virtual machine files. We already know virtual machine files means VMX, VMDK, NVRAM and log file. The same 4 files will be created even if you create a duplicate copy. Duplicate copy, another name is clone. Okay, the use case means in which scenario will prefer to choose clone is the main scenario is while we are upgrading the OS level and application level, recommend to take a clone of virtual machine. So if you keenly observe the previous snapshot point and the clone point, only the difference is only one word. Earlier I mentioned the word as updating, but here the word is upgrading. Update means it's a version level change. Upgrade means version means with updating is nothing but a within a version, and upgrading means complete version change. Let's for our easy understanding, let me take one Excel sheet. Suppose uh, let me type the, as we know in our virtual machine hardware, virtual machine architecture, the main components are virtual hardware, and the another component is guest operating system, and another thing is data, and another component in our virtual machine is application. So now we'll talk about the snapshot scenario and clone scenario, and finally template scenario. Now we'll just focus on the clone and snapshot scenario. Okay, let's say in our snapshot scenario, for example, I am planning to do some hardware level change. Let's say I'm planning to increase the CPU, memory or anything, and our virtual hardware device drivers is comes with the VMware tools. So during the VMware tools installation, like VMware tools 11.0 to, I'm planning to upgrade to the 11.3. That means within the same series, I'm just doing a patch only. Okay, but the word update, I'm just mentioning here, this is only in the update scenario, and the clone is a upgrade scenario. Suppose VMware tools, I'm planning to update from 10.3 to 11.3. See, this is the difference. If I plan to update from 11.1 or 11.2, these all consider as a updates only, because the version is same series. Within the same series, I'm doing a some minor patch 11.1, 11.2, and similarly I can do for a 11.3. So this is called patch, or we can call it as a, technically we call it as a update. The word upgrade, Upgrade is nothing but a complete version change. If you see here, this version is referred as a 10, but we are completely changing from 10 to 11. That means it is considered as a upgrade only. It's not update. So during the upgrade scenario, VMware recommend that you can go for a clone. Why we go for a clone? Even during the upgrade also, you can go with a snapshot. But the customers say, some scenarios, customers say, before upgrading, are you sure there will be no impact, to make sure that production application, there will be no impact. So if you want to provide that guarantee, the best method is make a one clone copy. Clone copy means it's a duplicate copy of virtual machine. When you create a duplicate copy, on that duplicate copy, whatever the test you want to do, you can do it the test on a clone machine, because it's a major upgrade. Major upgrade means we are upgrading from one version to another version. Update is nothing but a minor version change only. It's not a major version change. Okay. So for our easy understanding, I just written as a minor version change. Update means minor version change, and upgrade means it's a major version. Okay. The same scenario applicable for guest OS also. Let's take any example. I planning to upgrade the Windows operating system from Windows 2019 to 2019 Service Pack 1. So Service Pack 1 means within a same version, I'm just doing a one patch, Service Pack 1 patch. So that is considered as minor version. And same way, 2022. Within 2022, I'm planning to do a 2022 monthly patch. That is considered as a minor version. Okay. Suppose in our clone scenario, this will be my major version. That means I'm planning to upgrade my version from 2019 version to 2022 version. This is a voice level upgrade. So for this scenario, what is the best practice is, no need the snapshot. You can just prepare one clone copy, do your upgrade test directly on a clone machine. If your upgrade is success, you can apply the same procedure on a production server. Okay. But in our lab system, our system is running with very plain OS. There will be no data, no application. But just imagine in our production environment, there will be an n number of virtual machines. Suppose your environment is running with 2000 virtual machines. Within that 2000 virtual machine, customer may divide it into multiple groups. Few virtual machines are test VMs, few virtual machines are development VM, and few are the production VM. If you are imagine, if you want to do upgrade your OS from 2019 to 2012 on your production VM, customer will not agree for a initial upgrade. They will ask for a do your upgrade test on any of the test machine. So before test also, the best method is prepare a clone VM on your, if you want to do real live test on the production machine, the best approach is create a clone copy, and on that clone copy, you can rename your virtual machine and change your IP settings. Then you can start your upgrade test. Okay, that is a live virtual machine without disturbing the live virtual machine. We'll prepare a second copy and do your upgrade test on a second copy. Okay, that is importance of clone. And the same scenario applicable for data level changes. For minor level data change, go with a snapshot. Major data change, go with a clone. And application also same, it's applicable. For example, easy method is SQL 2017. If you are doing from 2017 to 2017 service pack, any service pack, only thing is snapshot. And same way for 2019 to 2019, if you are upgrading to 2019 latest patch. Okay, this is the method. We'll go for a snapshot. But in the clone scenario, which scenario will go with clone is, if you're planning to upgrade SQL 2017, you are going to upgrade to the SQL 2019 latest version. The complete version is changing from 2017 to, it's changing to two versions higher, 2019. So definitely during this scenario, we'll prefer to choose a clone option. Okay. Hope you understand the difference between update and upgrade. So any scenario will choose to prepare a clone, either virtual hardware changes, OS changes, data or application. All these four component level changes will do the snapshot and clone. That is the reason before we start the snapshot session, we'll talk about the virtual machine architectural components. So these four are the considered as a our virtual machine major components. Okay. And one more thing, one key item is suppose within our virtual hardware VMware tools installation, even if you want to add a CPU and memory during that scenario, for example, let's log into our system. Our snapshot to app VM already running with a snapshot. How many snapshots we have? One snapshot. When virtual machine is running with a snapshot, if you want to increase your virtual machine disk size, it won't allow us to increase your disk size. See, the disk size is showing us grayed out. Even CPU memory, if you want to increase any hardware level changes, see major hardware level changes like CPU memory disk, it won't allow. The reason is the VM is running with a snapshot. Until you remove the snapshot, it won't allow you to change your virtual hardware level changes. Suppose app virtual machine 1. In this app virtual machine 1, right click the VM, go to the snapshot, manage snapshot. There is no snapshots on app VM. So during this scenario, if you want to increase your virtual machine hardware level changes, go to the VM edit settings, see the hard disk is we can able to increase. But CPU memory here it is showing as grayed out. The reason is maybe the CPU hard plug is not enabled. When you enable the CPU hard plug, we can increase the CPU and similarly memory also. When you enable the memory hard plug option, you can increase your memory size. Okay, and other hardware devices always it's available when the virtual machine is power on. Still, we can add your virtual hardware devices. Okay, hope you understand this point. Okay, so let's quickly recall the use case of a clone. So while we are upgrading the OS level, application level, recommend to take a clone. And for example, Windows OS level upgrade from 2019 to 2022. But today's session, I will show you how to upgrade the Windows Server 2019 to 2022. And a similar use case you can also do for any application. I just given one example of database application SQL. So SQL upgrade from 2017 2019. During this scenario, the best method is instead of touching the production server, first to prepare one clone copy. You can do your upgrade test on a clone machine. Okay, so let's quickly log into our vCenter and we'll create a clone machine. You can choose any VM, either virtual machine, app 1 or app 2. Even you can create a clone when the virtual machine is in power on state or power off state. Both ways you can create. Okay, so just right click the app VM01. In this app VM01, you can see the option for clone. When I select the clone option, there are three options that are available. The first option is clone to virtual machine. Clone to virtual machine means this virtual machine will create a additional duplicate copy of another VM. Okay. And the second option, clone to template. Clone to template means this virtual machine will prepare one copy first. That copy will make it as a template. Even if you see the icon also same virtual machine clone copy is make it as a template. Okay, so template means it's a master image of virtual machine. That one will create after the clone topic. And clone as template to library. There will be a content library in our vCenter server where we can see the content library. Go to the home shortcuts. Within the shortcuts, you can see content library. So this library also you can upload all your ISO images and clones and templates. You can upload it to library. So this option they are saying in the even in the template scenario. Let's say host and clusters. Right click the virtual machine. Go to the clone. It says that clone as template to library. Library means it will push the clone copy to our content library. Okay. So now we'll do the test for a first option. I'm going to create a clone copy. So the name, you can choose any name just for our easy understanding. I'm just putting the name as app vm01 underscore clone. Okay, any name you can choose. I just selected as the specific VM name underscore clone. So now click on next. So when I click on next and you can choose the specific Esxi host before selecting, let me choose where the app VM is running. Currently app VM is running on ESX01. Okay. And the data store, which data store it is running, a data store information you can see from data store tab. It is on Esxi data store. So now right click the virtual machine, go to the clone to virtual machine, and you can mention the virtual machine name, app_vm_clone, click on next. And the host, you can choose either same host or different host, anything we can choose. Let's say I'm selecting the host as a ESX04. Now click on next. And the data store, you can choose either ESX4 local data store, or you can choose a Esxi data store. Now click on the data store. Okay, and keep the existing policy, same policy we are choosing. Even disk format, if you want to change to thin, you can choose thin, or you can make it as a same format as source. Same format as source means whatever the format we have in the app VM1, the same format will applicable to clone copy. Okay, now click on next. So here, this is also one of the important option. There is an option to do customize the operating system. If you want to customize the operating system, you can choose, or else you no need to do modification. And customize the virtual machine's hardware. If you want to clone copy, you want to do some modifications like CPU increase, memory increase, anything, you can choose this option, or else let's uncheck. And power on virtual machine after creation. Once the clone is completed, it will power on automatically, but this option is not recommended to tick, because the clone VM, once it is completed, we need to uncheck the network card, because the clone copy also have a same IP address. We need to remember that we need to uncheck the network card, then only we need to power on. Okay, so let's leave these options are blank, or else alternative is just select the hardware, uncheck the network using this option, and then click this option. Either way is fine. Just for our easy understanding, leave it blank, click on next. Now this is the summary option. Before click finish, just to observe all the options. Our source machine is app VM01. I'm going to create a duplicate copy, app VM1 underscore clone. It is going to create in our data center 1, and ESX host is 4, data store is same data store, and format also same as our source virtual machine. Now click on finish. When you click on finish, you can monitor from recent task. The clone status is in progress. You can see from recent task, or go to the monitor tab task. You can see clone machine is in progress. Normally the clone machine may take some time, depends on your virtual machine size. Let's say my virtual machine size, how much the size? It's close to 11 GB. So it may take a little time to complete this task. Okay, currently 10%. It's currently still going on. In the meantime, we'll discuss the another point. Let's back to our slide. So hope you understand this point. While we are upgrading only, we'll go for a duplicate copy. Okay. So in the meantime, we'll talk about the template point. See, this is the template information. Template means it is a master copy of your virtual machine. It is used to create a provision. Provisioning means offering or supply. Okay, so it is going to create and offering a new virtual machines. So main use case for the template is template will help to deploy the virtual machines, multiple virtual machines. Let's say customer is requested to deploy 100 virtual machines. 75 virtual machines are Windows 2022 and 25 virtual machines are RHEL 8.5. That means 100 times we have to create the VMs. But instead of creating 100 times, the only best method is you can create one virtual machine, because our requirement is two flavors. One flavor is Windows, one flavor is RHEL. So you can create one Windows template, one Red Hat template. Once the two templates are ready, then you can start deploying the virtual machines using template. So the benefit of template is it will reduce your deployment time. So that is the use case point I mentioned here. Template will help to deploy multiple virtual machine. It will reduce the deployment time of virtual machine. So mainly it's used for a fast provisioning. Okay, provisioning is nothing but here delivering or offering to the customer. So we are just delivering the multiple virtual machine with fast provisioning using template mechanism. Clear? So before we start the template creation, let's verify the clone status. It is showing us an error occurred while querying the virtual machine status, because we are using the data store is a our Esxi data store. It is also a software level we created. That's why it is showing some quasi state errors. During that scenario, let me take the test VM. Let's power off this virtual machine and we'll create a clone. But normally in the real time scenario, we no need to power off. Live virtual machines, we can create a clone. But our test lab, all our storage is software based virtual storage. That's why we may expect this kind of unexpected errors. Now we'll test with a test VM1 power off machine. Just right click here, go to the clone and clone to virtual machine. So let's say the name is test VM01 underscore test VM01, and here you can keep underscore clone. Let's say I'm creating on the local data store. Next, finish. See, power off machine, how long it's going very fast. See, when I go to the monitor tab, task, see clone virtual machine is completed. Okay, but the power on virtual machine due to our lab is completely a virtual only. Even ESX also running on VM. That's why you may expect this kind of error. But normally in the production, we won't get these errors. If you want to test the same VM again, we'll try to power off the virtual machine. Go to the power. You can shut down guest OS. This is the recommend option. Instead of hard stop and power off, always recommended option is shut down guest OS. So we'll try to create clone one more time, shut down the guest OS, and now we can create a clone. Once it is powered off completely, we can create. See, completely its VM is powered off now. In the console summary screen, we can see VM is power off state. Now we'll try to create a clone again. Currently, this VM data store is running under the Esxi data store. Okay, we'll create the same one and ESX1 host. Okay, right click the virtual machine, clone, clone to virtual machine. We'll maintain the same VM, same name, app VM name underscore clone. Click on next. Select the any of the ESX host within our cluster. Let's say sixth host. Click on next, and data store will be same data store. Click on next, next, and finish. So we'll see, will there be any errors? See, when the virtual machine is powered off, see the task is going very fast. Okay. In the meantime, we'll discuss the another point. So snapshot, clone, template, these 3 points we covered. I will show you the lab for template also. And another important point is snapshot consolidation. See, the snapshot consolidation means snapshot consolidation is a way to clean unneeded delta disk files. So as I mentioned, delta disk file is nothing but a snapshot data files. Sometimes there will be some garbage delta disk values will stored in our data store level. Data store specific virtual machine folder level. During that scenario, it recommend to run a consolidation. If no snapshots are registered for a VM, but the delta disk files are exist, snapshot consolidation commits the chain of a delta disk files and removes them. Okay. Normally, whenever you find any warnings on your virtual machine summary tab, that time it will automatically shows virtual machine needed consolidation option. I will show you where we can see the virtual machine needed consolidation option. When I select the virtual machine, go to the summary tab. Normally, if there is any needed consolidation, we'll get the warning message in a summary tab. Okay, or else go to the cluster virtual machines tab. There is a separate tab for need consolidation option. Somehow here the filter is not working. Normally there is a additional options to add here. This is for specific VM. I'm looking for a additional tabs. Somehow this tab is not showing the additional options. or else actions. No. Let me try from data center level. Okay, it's not showing. Normally we'll get the need consolidation option here. Here there is a tab for need consolidation. Somehow this version is not showing that option. Whenever there is any virtual machine old snapshots, it's not deleted properly. That time we'll get a snapshot consolidation warning. During that time, just right click the VM, go to the snapshot, you can run this option. Currently there is no warnings. That's why this consolidate option is grayed out state. When there is any errors in our data store virtual machine folder level, any old snapshot files, that time it will automatically prompt you to do the snapshot consolidation. Okay, so that is the importance of consolidation option. Now let's talk about the guest OS customization. During the clone and template, one of the important option is guest OS customization. See, we customize the guest operating system to make virtual machines created from the same template or clone. Always in our virtual machine should maintain a unique template or unique virtual machine, unique clone only. It's not recommended to make a same copy because every virtual machine have a unique system ID. That system ID must be changed whenever you create a clone or whenever you deploy a virtual machine from template. Okay, by customizing a guest operating system, we can change the information including the following details. What is the information we need to change is first option, computer name. Okay, in our office network, it's not recommended to maintain every system have a unique name only. It's not recommended to maintain a same names. Okay, so that's why always change your computer name. Computer name should be unique. Network settings. Network settings means IP address, subnet mask, gateway, and all. But normally IP address always a unique IP address for every virtual machine, and the license also. Every virtual machine have a separate OS level license as well as application license. And Windows security identifier. Security identifier means every Windows operating system or Linux, any other flavor, every OS have a one unique identification number. That number should be unique for all your clone copies or template deployed VMs. Okay, how to verify this information is there is a tool in our internet, SID tool. When we run the SID tool, we can see our operating system ID tool. Like suppose in Google, let me type in the Google Windows System ID tool, SID, SID identification tool. You'll find the tool. Yeah, this is a system identification tool, new SID. This is official Microsoft tool. When you run this tool, you will find your local system SID information. Okay, this is the tool to download and verify the SID information. Whenever we prepare a duplicate copy or anything, it will automatically change the OS ID. Okay, to verify manually what is your system ID, we can use this tool to identify the SID. Later, you can just explore the how to identify the SID. Okay, I just show you the option how which tool will help you to show the SID information. Okay, so again, go back to our slide. So hope you understand this point. And now the last one is home lab. Okay, so this is the lab. We can see what is the options. Just now we noticed how to take a snapshot, how to manage multiple snapshot. We observed with a two additional snapshots, and the revert snapshot also we verified, and delete an individual snapshot we deleted, and even delete all option also we verified, and the consolidate option also we verified. So 1 to 6 completed. And the seventh option, seventh lab is clone a virtual machine. Just now we initiated the clone, and the clone is still in progress because the virtual machine size is 11 GB. Let's see from the console again. Open the browser. Oh, I think accidentally I closed the browser. Log into vCenter again. Even if you close the vCenter, nothing will happen to your ongoing task. It will still backend, it will work. Just log into vCenter and see what is the clone status now. Yeah, app VM, go to the monitor tasks. See, clone status is under 41%. Okay. This option also be verified. Next one is create a virtual machine template. So if you want to create a virtual machine template also, just log into our vCenter. We have a app VM2. Our app VM2 currently VMware tools are running, even virtual machine also running fine. If you want to convert this virtual machine to template, the procedure is right click the virtual machine, go to the template. There is a option to do the template. Let's look for a template option. When I select the template, see the convert to template or export OVF template. OVF means open virtual format template. But in order to activate these two options, recommendation is our virtual machine should be in a power off state. So if you want to power off the app to VM, just right click the virtual machine, go to the template, go to the power, you can choose shutdown guest OS. When the virtual machine is in power off state, you can able to make the virtual machine as a template. Power off is in progress. Okay, now virtual machine is completely powered off. Now right click the virtual machine, go to the template, and now select convert to template. Either you can convert to template or you can export this virtual machine as a OVF format also. Okay, we'll observe the first option first, convert to template. So convert the virtual machine, the monitor tasks. See, mark virtual machine template is a 0%. Within few minutes, it will complete. Yeah, see, there is no virtual machine now. If you want to see the template view from this wizard, it's not possible. We have to go to the VMs and templates wizard. See, in the just beside the host and clusters, there is a wizard for templates. Just click on VMs and templates wizard. Expand here. You can see under data center, there is virtual machine, and this is the icon for your template icon. Go to summary tab. See, this is the template icon. Okay, the same icon I just mentioned in our slide. So this is the template icon. Okay, so we noticed how to create a template. Now the another point is deploy virtual machine from a template. So we'll quickly observe how to deploy the virtual machine from template. This template is currently running with a 15 GB size. So just right click the virtual machine. You can deploy there is options. See, convert to virtual machine. Convert to virtual machine means again in future, if you want to do some changes on your template, master image copy, then during that scenario, you can convert the template to virtual machine and do your whatever the changes you want to do, and again convert back to template. Normally, we are convert back to virtual machine in our companies. Every company have some different standards. Normally, some companies they maintain every month they recommend to update all the template with the latest patch, and some companies they maintain a quarterly basis. Quarterly basis means every 3 months once they will update all their templates files. Our test lab we just created one template, but in the real time scenario, if you are if you are using a Windows, Linux and Solaris, three flavors we are using. That means Windows we may have definitely three operating flavors, like we can have Windows 2016, Windows 2019, Windows 2022. That means we should maintain a three templates for Windows. And similarly Red Hat, there will be some Red Hat 8.2, 8.5. If you are using three flavors, for each flavor, we need to maintain one template. And similarly to Solaris, if you are using Solaris 14th version, you can create one template for Solaris version 14. Okay, like that, we can maintain the n number of templates in the company's environment. If you have a templates, 20 plus templates, all these 20 plus templates, you can plan to do latest patch either on a monthly basis or quarterly basis. It's a completely depends on the customer's process. Okay, some customers may recommend to follow every month need to update the templates also along with the virtual machines. Some company they may recommend to do quarterly basis. You can do your patching on a templates. Okay, clone and all is most of the time clone is mainly for a upgrade testing. It's not for a other purpose, and the template only will use every time to deploy a multiple virtual machines. So hope you understand this option. Convert to virtual machine. Only doing any changes on the template level, you use this option. And clone to template. Again, if you are converting the clone to virtual machine also, you can maintain one copy, clone to template. You can prepare one safety copy, then you can do your changes. Okay, and clone to library. That means the same template you can upload it to content library also. Okay, and new virtual machine from this template. This is the option to use to deploy a virtual machine from template. So select this first option, and here you can mention any name. Let's say I'm just mentioning as a for template deployment testing purpose. I mention as template VM1. So through the template, I'm deploying VM1 data center. Click on next and select the any one of the ESXi host. Let's say ESX2. Click on next and choose the data store. Click on next and guest customization. See, guest customization, as per our just now we discussed, our system ID computer name should be changed. So that means select your customized operating system option and hardware option. These two options will observe now. Click on next. See, when I see the guest OS, if you want to do any changes, currently there is no operating system level changes. Just leave it as a blank. When comes to the customized hardware, here we can see some options. If you want to change the any CPU level changes, memory disk level changes and all, even network adapter level change, anything you can modify here under customize hardware. Okay. Now click on next, click on finish. So when you click on finish, through our template, we are able to deploy the virtual machine. See, clone virtual machine. That means deploying a new VM from our template is in progress. The benefit of template is not only one VM at a time, you can deploy multiple virtual machine. See, this option is highlighted. Select again one more VM and let's say through template I'm deploying. Let's say the name is template VM2. On next, and this time we can choose the different ESX host. Let's say ESX3. Click on next and choose the data store, next, next, and finish. See, second clone, second VM also provisioning in progress. Not only two, even at a time you can create 8 VMs or 10 VMs. One shot we can create a multiple VMs. Okay. So again, right click. We'll try to deploy one more VM. New virtual machine T hyphen VM3. So 3 template VMs are deploying now. Now this time we'll choose the different host just to reduce the load on the SX level. Click on next, next, finish. Okay, so 3 VMs are in progress. And similarly, we'll see the clone status, test VM1, go to the monitor, see clone virtual machine is completed. When the clone virtual machine is completed, what is the recommendation is go to the host and clusters. You can see app VM1 is running. So it is showing as clone is still 43. Let me refresh and see. Refresh. Okay, still 44%. Because our data store is not a real data store. We are also created data store through one network virtual machine. That's why the process is slow, but in the real production environment, it will be faster. Because in the production environment, we are using a original storage arrays. So the provisioning process and virtual machine clone, deploying the VMs from template, everything will be bit faster. Our home lab only, it's taking little longer time. Now let's back to our slide. See, deploy virtual machines from a template. We observed we at a time we are deploying a 3 virtual machines now. See, when you go to the our template name is app VM02 and monitor task. See, 3 VMs deployment is in progress. It may take some time to finish it, but we know how to deploy the virtual machines from the template. Okay, and the another option is create guest OS customization. We already observed how we can customize during the clone option as well as deploying the virtual machine from the template option. Okay. Now we'll talk about the some real-time scenarios. So this is a real-time scenario, VM build procedure. VM build procedure, hope we already discussed in our previous session, virtual machine build procedure in the real-time scenario. Whenever we planning to deploy a virtual machine, either one VM or a number of virtual machine like 100 VMs or 200 VMs, the first thing is always maintain some standard template and gather all the information from your customer or your end user. That information should be how many CPUs for each VM, how much the memory, how many disks are needed, NIC and operating system. This is the pre-implementation steps. And implementation procedure, you can just create virtual machine. If it is a one VM means you can create manually. If it is a multiple VMs means always go for a template only. And post provisioning also there is a some specifications. So post provisioning we already know power on VM, install VMware tools, change the computer name, SN IP address and all. These all the common tasks when we deploy a multiple virtual machines. So let's talk about the description now. The first point is we can create virtual machines in several ways. The first use case one is the new virtual machine wizard to create a single VM. So we know how to create a single VM on using vSphere client and host client. Host client means it allows to access only single host. vSphere client means it will allows you to connect to your vCenter server. Okay, and we can for single VM is the one use case, and another use case is vSphere client to deploy multiple virtual machines in the following formats. So how we can deploy multiple virtual machines is you can create new virtual machine from either existing template or clone. But normally clone is at a time we can do one clone only. So the best method always is you can go with a template. Template means it's a master image of virtual machine. Master image means it includes with your operating system, any of the agent applications and VMware tools. These all are included in your template. Even if you want to do your operating system hardening, any security level hardening settings, that settings also you can do it in your template. Then you no need to do in all virtual machine. When your template is already completely up to date, using that master copy, you can deploy a number of virtual machines. And if you have multiple flavors of operating systems, Windows, Linux, Solaris, better to maintain a based on your environment flavors, you can create that many templates. Okay, and also remember that templates also we have to do patching and update and upgrade that can be done either monthly basis or quarterly basis. And some companies they may maintain 6 months once or yearly ones also. It's up to the customer choice. And the second point, virtual machines, virtual appliances. We know what is virtual appliance. Virtual appliance means it's a predefined virtual machine. We no need to do any OS and all. If you observe our vCenter server installation, our vCenter is like a virtual appliance only. It's when you mount the OVA file, it will automatically provision your VM with OS and vCenter server application. Okay. And same like vCenter server in our real-time scenarios, there will be some other virtual appliances also, like a software load balancer appliance, F5 load balancer appliance also available. And even we noticed one of the storage virtual volumes, we use a VASA provider. VASA provider also one of the storage appliance only. And those appliances also will help to do a spin up the quickly to provision the virtual machines. And vapps also one of the feature in vCenter. In detail of vapps we will discuss in the next class. And normally vapps virtual appliances all are stored in a OVF format. OVF means open virtual format. So just to symbolic of multiple VMs, I just given the here 5 icons. Not only 5, a number of VMs we can deploy using the template, or you can deploy using OVF format also. So this is the main real-time scenarios, the use cases for the snapshot, clone, and template. Let me quickly open our vCenter and see what is the status. So temp clones are deploying the VMs from template, still taking some more time. And the same way, even the clone will see. Here it is showing as completed, but actually it's taking some more time. Yeah, 45%. Some more it is moving. It may take some time. So in the meantime, let me open our summary sheet. Last few days we didn't updated the spreadsheet. This is our lab inventory sheet. Okay, I just today redeployed our Esxi host and all again. And our vCenter server IP also, previously it's 79, I changed it today to 80 because our vCenter ESXi host license got expired. Because we deployed ESX in January, 2 months already finished, 60 days evaluation period. Today I again redeployed our ESXi host in vCenter. Okay, but IPs and all, I just prepared a spreadsheet. Uh, 6 hosts I deployed, ESX 1 to 6, and IPs I given as 71 to 76. And vCenter IP I given 80. The remaining all are the free IPs we can use for any virtual machines or additional VM kernel port groups. And our domain is demolab.com and Active Directory. Okay, let me open our discussion spreadsheet. Okay, this is the one. So if you remember previously, we opened our vCenter server features, all the complete list. The VAMI data center, host and clusters, VMs and templates, and storage, all the concepts, networking we completed. So I'm just making this as a green. Okay, and same way virtual machine storage policies also we completed. And today's session, we observe the virtual machine custom specification options during the deployment of clone and template. Okay, this is also clear. And hot add, hot pluggable also we observed during the virtual machine concepts. Hot add means CPU hot add, and hot pluggable device means all our virtual machine hardware devices is considered as a hot pluggable devices. So this one we can able to add anytime to our virtual machines. But some scenarios virtual machine may require power off, because if the hot add option is not enabled, we need to power off and do your additions. So hope we are familiar for this option. And folders also is just a logical container creation of folders. And virtual machines we'll discuss today, and the snapshot also we discussed, clone and template. Let's make this all features are completed. Okay, and the remaining features we'll cover one by one in the upcoming classes. Okay, I'm just highlighting which are all the topics are covered. And see the distributed switches we covered, distributed port groups also we covered. Mostly the next session I will focus on the migration concept. Okay, so cold migration, vMotion, svMotion I will cover next session. After the migration, we'll go with the remaining content library or resource pool concept we can discuss. Okay, once these two columns are finished, we'll focus on the HA, this and all. And even the disk formats we'll discuss today. I'm just make this as a completed. Okay, and these are all the advanced concept. Once this first three columns finished, we'll focus on the last column. Okay, and additional tools, as we know, we until now we discussed the few tools like Putty we used, WinSCP we used, and RV tools, Power CLI we haven't used yet. I will show you the RV tools quickly now. This is one of the tool. It's used to export all your vCenter server details. RV tool is also free tool from internet. It's not a VMware tool, third party tool only. Just in the Google, you can just type RV tools. When we type the RV tool, it will redirect to RV tools website. This is one of the important tool normally we'll use to export all your vCenter server report. See, this is a RV tools. Just download. Latest version is 4.3. It's asking us to register the details. Okay, let's give our name. Let's say I'm just giving my name and the company name. Okay, let's say company name will give our YouTube channel name, and email address @gmail.com, and accept. So any details you can give, just click on register, and then it will automatically download the software. You can also test in your home lab. This is one of the best tool to export all your vCenter server details. So download is in progress. Yeah, it's downloading. Okay, download completed. Let's installation is just a straight away installation. It's a .msi only, Microsoft installer. Show in folder, just open. It will start installation. So license agreement, accept, click on next. Everyone, next. Yeah, it's very quick installation. Let me minimize the wizard. You can see this is the icon for the RV tools. Okay, so just open the RV tools. You can export the report for single host or vCenter. See, the option is saying that to directly manage a single host, enter the IP address. For single host also you can enter, or to manage multiple hosts, enter the IP address or name of a vCenter server. So we know our vCenter server purpose is manage multiple hosts. So enter our vCenter server IP address. So what is our vCenter server IP or host name is vc1demolab.com. Either you can enter the complete fully qualified host name or IP address. IP address is 80. Anything you can use, and uncheck here and enter our vCenter username and password. Our vCenter username is administrator@vsphere.local and enter the password. So when we enter the password, it will start exporting the RV tool report. See, the report is exported. Our environment is very small environment. Like we have only 6 ESX hosts and how many virtual machines? Go to the data center. See, this is our lab summary. We have 6 ESX hosts, 10 virtual machines, 1 cluster, 4 networks, 7 data stores. So that's why this all the information. If you need each and every tab detail, if you want to export from vCenter, there is no direct option to export all the information. The best method is, this is a free tool. It will provide all your vCPU, vdisk, vpartition, every information of vCenter you will export from this RV tool. The export method is, once it is loaded, go to the file and export to Excel. Either CSV or Excel, better to choose Excel format. Let me save this on the desktop. Let's say desktop, I'm just saving. Our vCenter name is VC01. Let's save with our vCenter name, VC01 underscore RV tool export. Click on save. See, all the information is saved. Saving is in progress. See, it says that this may take a while to export this information. You can also test this tool in your home system. You can try to export for single host, and also you can try for a vCenter also. Any method you can use. The exporting is still in progress. It may take a while. Finally, you can see there is a health option also. Health option, last tab is health option. The health tab may help you to provide you the vCenter health status. Either ESX host level, any error messages, VM level error messages, all the information you'll find in the health tab. So somehow it's taking some more time to export. In the meantime, just observe the clone and template status. Where is our template? Template app VM02. See, still it is going on. Okay. And how about our clone VM status? Oh, this is also going on. Seems it may take a little longer time. It's fine, but the concept, I hope you understand the concept. How about the RV tool status? Okay, this tab is empty. Okay, how about the report? Oh, still taking time. But the report information, when you export into the Excel, you will get all these details, each and every tab details, here, CPU, memory, and all. Similarly, if you want to export for a single ESX also, you can export. Let me minimize this one and open one more time RV tool. Let's say I'm trying to export for the ESXi host. ESXi host, what is our IP address? 10 dot, sorry, 192.168.10.71, and you can enter the ID and password. Our ESX ID is root, and enter the password. Click on login. I'm this time trying for a single host also. Okay, single host also exported very fast. So just go to the file, export Excel, save it in the desktop. Let's say ESX01 underscore. Okay. When we see the report file name, it says that ESX1 report. So click on save. Okay, V file information is taking time to export. Remaining tabs are exported very fast. Okay, you can also explore in your home system how to export for single host and how to export for vCenter also. Okay, still it's taking time. Okay, so until now we covered all this, and even RV tool report also you can just test it. And Power CLI I will show you in the later sessions how to install Power CLI and how to run the Power CLI scripts. Okay, and there is one question how to upgrade the operating system Windows 2019 to Windows 2022. That option I will quickly show you. Currently this clone in progress. Let me cancel the clone. Okay, present it's not allowed to cancel. Okay, or else currently our vCenter is busy. Let me show you from the how to upgrade 2019 to 2022 during our virtual machine creation itself. Let's say vCenter is full busy with the clones and templates. I will show you on the one of the Windows virtual machine. Let's say I'm quickly creating one test VM here. Go to the home, new virtual machine. Let's say our operating system is I'm choosing the VM as 2019, and the VM name you can keep this as a Windows 2019. Okay, this VM I'm just mounting the operating system to let's go with the default configuration, and the operating system size, let's say 20 GB. Click on finish. The same method we can do in the vCenter also, but present our vCenter is bit resource are consuming. All the clones and templates are going on. So without disturbing vCenter, I'm just showing in the workstation level. When we create a virtual machine, same scenario in a vCenter also. Just mount the ISO file. Let's say our ISO file is, I'm just choosing the Windows 2019. So let me mount the Windows 2019. Okay. When you mount the 2019, even our network card will choose as a custom network. Click on OK. So now just power on. So we know how to install the 2019 operating system. It's very quick only, 5 to 10 minutes it will finish the 2019 installation. Once it's completed the 2019, I will show you the 2022 upgrade also. Okay, we can choose the desktop experience. Click on next and accept the license agreement. Click on next. See here you can see two options. Install only is for a fresh installation, and there is an option for upgrade option. Suppose if you want to upgrade the 2019 to 2022, you can just mount the 2022 ISO file and launch the setup.exe. During the setup of 2022, you can choose the upgrade option. Okay, so it's fine. First we'll test the installation 2019. Later we can upgrade to 2022. Okay, click on next. See, installation will complete very fast. In the meantime, if you have any questions in our all the discussion topics, let me know. Hopefully you are practicing all the highlighted concepts.
Yes, sir.
So by the end of our vSphere course, most probably all will be finished. There may be some remaining concepts in the advanced concepts. If our time permits, I will cover the advanced concepts also. Okay, okay, 53%. Seems our CPU memory completely high because at a time multiple provisions are going on. Tasks. Okay, okay, one VM is at least it's reached 63%. Oh, finally this clone is cancelled. Okay. Just now we purposefully cancelled the clone. We'll try to power on this VM. Oh, hard to stop. I think somehow it's still the backend is running. Okay, let it be. How about the RV tool report? This is also taking time. Yeah, workstation is a bit faster. Okay, 2019 installation is completed. Now let's log into the 2019. Excuse me. Okay, once we log into the 2019, the immediate recommended step is we have to install the VMware tools. See, power on the virtual machine, install the VMware tools. So let me install the VMware tools quickly. Install VMware tools. And we can also create some data folders in the C drive. See the display driver increase it. I'm creating the folder for data one, and data. Let's say some two data folders are created just for testing. And within the data, let's create some test files. Zip files. Same way in the data too. Okay. Just think that this is a 2019 production server. It's running with some applications. And this VM, we are going to upgrade to 2022 now. Once it is come up, we can upgrade. Okay. If you see in the right side, we can see the current version name, Windows 2019 standard version, and it is a evaluation. Evaluation is 180 days. And even in the local server also, you can see the virtual machine guest OS information here. Our hardware and operating system version information is here. Microsoft Server with 2019 standard evaluation version. Okay, so this version we are going to upgrade to 2022 now. If you want to upgrade to 2022, the procedure is you can select the specific virtual machine. The same procedure, whatever I'm doing in the workstation, same in a vCenter also. Just mount the virtual machine with the latest 2022 ISO. Just I'm mounting with the 2022 ISO here. Click on OK. When you mount with virtual machine with latest ISO, log into the guest operating system, go to the system, and let's see there is a 2020 ISO file is mounted. Just open here. Don't launch here, just open. When you open here, there is a setup file, setup.exe file. So just launch this setup, right click, run as administrator. Now this setup will launch you to the Windows 2022. Okay, install Windows Server. So now click on next. It's a checking for the updates. The updates are installed. Okay, it will load, checking your PC. Normally in the real-time scenario, when we are updating from 2019 to 2022, recommendation is if there is any antivirus software or any security related application, Microsoft recommend to stop those security application during the upgrade process. Okay, so I'm just selecting 2022 standard evaluation, click on next, and all the applicable license terms accept, and see, choose what to keep the files, settings and apps, nothing, but always you can choose the keep files and settings and apps, and it seems to be it's grayed out. Okay, it's fine. Click on next. Do you want to continue using this selection? Yes, and make sure it's getting the updates. But after upgrade, what we need to verify is our VM already running with VMware tools, and also in our C drive we created a data folder. There should be no changes to our existing data after the upgrade. So it's already started to update the existing OS. So this may take a few minutes. Seems RV tool export is completed. It is taking time. Just okay. Make sure your PC has enough space. Okay, we have enough space. Yeah, 8 GB is free. Still, if it is needed more space, you may get the warning message or error message here. See, setup needs a space to update. Select the content external storage at least 10 GB free. Oh, that's why it is showing as option is grayed out. I don't want to use external storage. Okay. Setup needs a space to update. Free up the 2.9593 GB on your PC C tray. Okay, it's fine. Downloads. Remove the larger unused files. Okay, fine. I want to use external storage instead. Okay, it's clearly saying that we need at least 10 GB free space. So as per this message, we can try to increase the space. Right click the VM, go to the settings, hard disk. So if you want to increase the hard disk space, it requires a power off. Okay, so let's quickly power off, shut down guest. So as per that message, it need a 10 GB free space minimally to upgrade. So just right click on hard drive. If you want to expand, just click on expand option. Let me increase 20 to 30 GB. Okay, additional 10 GB I'm just increasing. Expand. So this is only the virtual machine level expand. Okay, the disk was successfully expanded. You must repartition the disk and expand file system within the guest operating system. Okay, once you log into the VM, we need to increase the disk space from the disk management. Click on OK. Now power on. Okay, it's boot up successfully. Now log in. So when we log into the virtual machine, go to the disk management. Okay, see the disk management, you can see 10 GB unallocated space. If you want to increase the 10 GB to here, just right click the C drive. You can see extend volume. So just click on extend volume, click on next, next and finish. So now the C drive is extended. You can see open the this PC, you can see 18 GB free space. Okay, now relaunch the upgrade again. Right click here, open and launch the setup.exe. Okay, I want to better. Okay, next, checking for the updates now. So RV tools are exported. Let's quickly observe the RV tool status. Both are completed. See in the desktop, you can see one Excel sheet with VC, and let me close this RV tools consoles. Okay, so there should be two spreadsheet. Let me refresh. Okay, VC report, I'm just copying, or I will try to open here. Okay, so this is how the RV tools report. The first tab is V information tab, and we can have a virtual machine CPU detail. There is a multiple tabs you can just explore in your home system. Okay, and there is a tab for vhost tab. See, if you see the vhost tab, let me maximize. See, you can see how many ESX hosts we have, all ESX information, even ESX hosts, how many CPU, memory. There are so much information is available here. Even our hardware model also it will shows. but this is our lab system. So lab hardware model only it will shows. It will shows hardware model as a VMware only because it's a virtual machine. But in the real time scenario, if it is a HP server or any other vendor server, you will find the vendor names here and also your vendor server model information here. Okay, and HBA cards, vNIC cards, how many NICs we have, even distributed switch we created. So distributed switch information also there is separate tab for DV switch. We have only one production DV switch created. So that DV switch name also you will find. Okay. So you can just download in your home system and explore all the tabs. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, let's go back to our Windows 2019 system. See, let's select the 2022, click on next, accept the license agreement, next. These steps are completed. Oh, templates are still going on. Oh, we given only 2 CPUs and 2 GB memory. Maybe if we assign some more additional CPU memory, it may go a bit faster. Okay, now it is showing us ready to install. Install Windows 2022 Standard Edition. Keeps nothing. Okay, now click on install. See, installing the Windows Server 2022. And it says that your PC will restart several times. This might take a while. Okay, we just monitor the screen. Once it is completed, 2019 will upgrade with a 2022. In the meantime, is there any questions on today's discussion items? Okay, 70% complete. 80. Okay, it is restarting now. While you're testing in your home PC, better assign the high memory so that it will upgrade bit faster. It seems it started upgrading all the Windows 19 files to Windows 2022. It seems it's taking some more time. So hope you understand the option how to upgrade the 2019 to 2022. Is it clear? Okay, you can try the similar options in your home PC also. Uh, it seems it's taking a little longer time, so we can end the session here. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now.
That's hard.